It's always something, isn't it? I got a water tank not working, so I gotta take it apart. See why the water isn't coming out. Let's see. Go on. Go on. Grab the wrong socket wrench. I need a little bit bigger stub on there. I think that's it. A half inch. That's what I thought. Now, I'm going to go back inside and get a bigger wrench. Okay. Got the right wrench this time. Let's see if I can get this undone. What are you doing? Huh? Hey, whose horse is that?
Mine.
The mama's horse?
No, mine. Mine.
Your horse. So, I got the bolts out of that water, but it's all frozen down. Stuck. I can't pry it up. So, I just bucketed the horses some water, and I'm supposed to be up in the upper 30s, 40s the next 2 days, today and tomorrow. So it'll thaw out. I just have to keep bucketing water until it does.
Yeah.
So today's supposed to be about gardening stuff, but I've gotten distracted by the water tank. Anyway, so these two piles, that one and that one, let me see it. They were part of when the hogs were here, and he scraped the lots and just piled the dirt and the poo up in piles. Last year, my dad helped me scoop out a bunch of the dirt from that pile and put it in the garden area. So we're gonna do that again this year. I don't know if we're gonna use this pile, but definitely that pile will come out. And then that way it'll be flatter out here, and the good dirt will go in the garden, and it's already fertilized and everything. It's gonna be my main garden area right here. I can walk in the gate over there, and then the whole rest of this area is gonna be where my garden is. So now that it's frozen and snowy, in the spring we'll get this worked up. And when I say we, it usually means my dad helps out with stuff like that. So we'll get the garden worked up, And then I'll set up my boxes the way I want them. They're pretty much set up that way already. And then in the middle here, it's gonna be along this other edge, this far edge will be the corn. And I like to do a blue, it's called Blue Hopi. It's a corn you can make cornmeal out of, tortillas and stuff like that. And then of course the pretty decorative corn. And then I'll put probably things like, oh, I don't know. Anything that's not really a root vegetable will go in the ground. The root vegetables will go in the boxes. And that's because the soil here has a lot of clay in it right now. So it's really hard for those roots, like the carrots and the potatoes and stuff, to push through that clay soil. Over the next several years, I'm going to keep amending this soil, and so it'll be easier to do more in the ground. But for this year, probably next year, and I'm guessing probably one more year after that, anything in the boxes will be like carrots, potatoes, sweet potatoes, onions, things like that. And then I'll just direct sow the vines, the pumpkins and the watermelons and stuff into the ground. So this area is done on the other side of that tree from the house over. I haven't decided how far this way I'm going to go, if I'm going to go to the stump or if I'm going to come just this side of it. But I'm going to go from the house straight over, come down to about where the shadow hits there, and then come over and meet this fence line. That's where my strawberries are right now. And that's going to be for my herbs and flowers, tea garden, things like that. And I also hope to eventually put a koi pond right there, right where Ray's at right now, actually. He just drove through the koi pond. Just because they've always wanted one, and I can. I'll have, the goal is to have blueberries, quite a few of them. Instead of shrubbery, it'll be blueberries. That tree right there is coming out because it's too dangerous. So far it's survived all the windstorms and the hurricane force winds. But it's not going to last forever, and I don't want it coming down on the house. So sometime this winter, or maybe early in the spring, it's going to come down. So there will be blueberries right here, right along the house. This area will be dedicated to just strawberries, and I plan to have, I have a patch of blackberries way out there, about right there, that were here when I got here. And that also happens to be where the orchard is. And I plan to put a few more fruit trees in as well. And of course, this is not going to all happen at once, but I kind of want like an edible forest kind of thing. Not maybe not a forest, but edible landscaping. Yes, edible landscaping. I'm having a hard time talking this afternoon. So I'm really excited about just having this little space here where it'll be colorful and a place to just come and relax. These are the blackberries out here. So this is the future site of my greenhouse right here. There's concrete under the snow. So it goes from these posts over there to that corner, straight over here, and then back to me. Of course the weeds will be gone. But this is going to be like a glass greenhouse. More of a permanent greenhouse. And I will have, this is probably not going to happen. I mean, this is kind of in the 5-year plan, so it's not going to happen this next year. But I hope to, my plan is, I want to put in like a rocket mass heater. Yes? I hear you, Choo-choo! A rocket mass heater in the greenhouse and have a bench that you can sit on that'll be warm. And so I will should be able to grow year round if it's warm, and it gets plenty of sun out here. You see, there's nothing blocking it, no trees casting shade on it or anything like that. So the sun should heat it nicely, and with the heater in it, it should keep it warm enough for plants to thrive. And that way I don't have to worry about electricity in the greenhouse necessarily. There's also, where'd it go? There's a hydrant out there. You can see it with the blue top. And there's a water line that comes straight out from that. And then it wouldn't be hard to just put it from, the water line comes this way. To come straight this way with the water line, then that way I would have water in the greenhouse. And because there's concrete under there, when the wood heat warms up the greenhouse, that concrete will warm up and it'll hold the heat a lot better than a dirt floor. And the concrete's already here. I don't have to pour it. All I have to do is build on top of it. So why not use it for something that's going to benefit instead of just tearing it out? And it sits, if you can see these gates down here, that's the garden gates. So in the springtime, when I start plants in the greenhouse, it's not that far to take them to the garden. Plus, look at that view.